Of a victory. In fact, they're all important at this point as we roll toward the wild card. Brought to you by Xfinity. Supercharge your home with supersonic Wi-Fi. Only from Xfinity. Kyle Schwarber leads it off. Rhys Hoskins bats second. Bryce Harper hits third. So his career numbers, he has 12 home runs, 31 RBIs against the Cubs. An OPS of over 1. The Cubs acquired from the Yankees earlier this year, and when they acquired him, the scouting report was he's close. Well,
to that check swing when you have to kind of hold up, then I think he's okay. He got through it.
Brandon Marsh, the batter. 0 for 3 last night, hitting .242. You see the difference that Marsh has made since the trade. So the month before the Phillies acquired him, he was hitting .203 in that 1 month. And since that time, since the Phillies picked him up, .289. So he's made the necessary adjustments. And he lines that one into right center field, a base hit. Boom! Well, he hesitated, so he's going to stop at second. And I say he hesitated right around the bag. He slowed up. So in his eyes, he didn't think he can go first to third. And it was probably better to play it safe in that spot.
Yeah, it sure was, especially with 2 outs. And you know, Brandon Marsh is a guy who tinkers with his swing quite a bit. And you see Bohm getting his jump here, and really no reason for him to get thrown out at third base with 2 outs. In this situation, he's already in scoring position, and Gene can drive him in with a base hit. But Brandon Marsh is doing it right field for a knock, and now we got some action.
Yep. Going back to the conversation that Wisniewski had with his pitching coach, he said it stemmed, the dropping down part of it stemmed from a text message that his pitching coach got from Charlie Morton.
Really?
About dropping down a little bit. Said you can control everything a little bit more.
A little bit more margin for error.
And it also enabled him to use his legs more. Marsh bunts one in the air toward third, and McKinstry has it out of the air. Well, that's not what the Phillies wanted to do.
And I don't mind this play, but if you're going to do it, make sure you get the ball on the ground. I mean, you want to give yourself up, but give yourself up properly. And unfortunately, Marshy doesn't get the top of the ball. In this situation, you want to bunt the top of the ball. He bunts the bottom of the ball, pops it up, doesn't get the job done. And Gene Segura's just going to have to pick him up.
Of 3.92. And he delivers low. It's 1 ball and no strikes.
And he will throw the entire kitchen sink at you. 4-seam fastball, change, which is basically a split. Sinker, curveball, cutter, slider. Do whatever he possibly can. He doesn't have great stuff, but he does mix it up, and he's got a little bit of deception, and that's why he's had a little bit of success in the big leagues. He has actually started 4 games for these guys. Or opened, I guess.
Yeah, got to give him credit for being able to persevere. Phillies let him go to Toronto. After that, he was kind of wandering around in independent ball, and then eventually got re-signed. Signed with the Cubs in December of 2021. He had 6 starts in AAA this year and an ERA of 5.32. One ball and 1 strike. In the dirt, and it gets away from Gomes. That'll allow Castellanos to go up to second base. A wild pitch.
Yeah, and that was the split that he's going to try to have the left-handers chase a lot on. And Yan Gomes is pretty good back there. He usually blocks this pitch. Tough pitch to block. It was very short. Kind of slides off the plate there, and it's actually very big. Gets them out of that double play and puts the runner in scoring position. And again, they just need to just kind of peck away. They don't need to get it all back in 1 inning. And so important for Marsh to pull this ball on the ground and move this runner with nobody out to get it, at the very least, get him to third base with less than 2 outs.
2 balls, 1 strike. Fouled away, 2-2. Phillies are 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position.
That's not getting it done, Tom.
No, it's not. And a called strike 3. That was a delayed call by Esterbrook. He just pointed to himself. At least I think he did. But it was in the box.
Yeah, it was a strike. I mean, I know he did delay it, but he took a better look at it and he called it a strike, and frankly, it was a strike.
I believe that was either I think that was a slider, actually, but
a little cutter.
Into that 6 hole. This is a little slider I believe it's a little slider that's kind of left up in the zone, and Castellanos promptly strokes it into left field for another knock. Time to keep working those at bats.
I'm updating John Kruk on the score of the game. He has that power. So we get a foul.
Yeah, it looked like Brandon Marsh was trying to tie this ball game up. Actually, it looks like the wind is starting to blow out to right field. Is that what it looks like with those flags? Or is it towards us?
I think it's still toward us.
We should be thinking of singles.
Castellanos leads off first. Pitch fouled away, and now it's 0-2. One for 3. Singled his first time up. Tried to bunt his second time up and bunted it in the air for an out, and then struck out looking. Gene Segura waits on deck. And a called strike 3. Oof, that is a pitcher's pitch. There is not much you can do with that if you're a hitter. And one away here in the 8th. I mean, according to the box, that's a strike, but that's a really good pitch.
Yeah, he got himself into an 0-2 count, unfortunately, and Alzolay just makes a perfect pitch on the outside part of the zone, and it's a second backwards K.
Fly ball center field. And Marsh is under it. It's going to take a lot to get it out tonight, I think. That one's looped out to center field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. Saw last night he doesn't run all that well. Line drive base hit to center field. That's only the second hit of the day. And it brings Patrick Wisdom up. And that one's out towards center field. Marsh plays it on one hop. Oh, he is really fortunate. Wow, what good hands he had on that. That ball took a weird hop, and it puts runners on first and third with nobody out. That hit something.
It was fortunately it was hit high enough so that Horner actually had to wait with nobody out, could not score on this ball, but it took a really funky hop on him. Marsh did a nice job of staying with it. You see Horner kind of waiting. In that situation, if there was one out, he probably would score.
Ground ball out to shortstop. Horner's got it, flips to second. Ball game is over. Playoff race is tightening. The Phillies lose it 4-2. And the Cubs continue to dominate this season series. They have won 5 straight to begin the season series.
Yeah, it's just amazing, Tom. They just have not played very good baseball against these Cubbies, and obviously a huge thorn in the Phillies' side.
Chevrolet player of the game. He was the star last night. He's the star again tonight. And he has been the ultimate thorn in the side of the Phillies. Manuel Rodriguez picked up a save for a second straight night. And the Cubs